Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I am joined by a very special guest, Esther-Sophia, who is a mindset coach for female creatives. And I'm very interested in diving in this topic that I'm also very much interested in. I just love talking about all the mindset stuff. And today, we're going to talk about letting go of who you should be to find work that feels right. So, welcome, Esther-Sophia. So good that you're here.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So, I was thinking maybe we can just start that you just introduce yourself to my audience.
Sure, of
Who you
course.
are, what you do.
Of course. So I'm Esther-Sophia Holland, and as Christy already said, I'm a mindset coach for emerging female artists and creators, professionals, but also everybody else who is connecting and identifying with being creative. I really, really love to work with the mindset because I think it's such an important topic. So many blocks and things that are coming in our way while we have so much and so many big ideas that we really want to bring alive. And I really believe as well that we have so many things to share and so many gifts that enriches our lives and the world around us. It's kind of like an domino effect, you know what I mean? And it really is such a big part of my work as well. And I hope that, I think that's all. And I'm located, by the way, in Sweden. I think that's something that's important
Oh,
to know.
yeah, that is. And I'm in South Africa, so I think it's now maybe the same temperature. So, yeah, because it's winter here now. So, I'm also curious because how did your journey start towards being interested in mindset? Has anything maybe come up or happened in your life that made you think, okay, I really need to work on my mindset? What is your journey that you got interested in, also in coaching, of course?
Mm, sure. So before coaching, I studied to become a teacher for regular schools and to work with children and teens. And I quickly observed that that's not the thing that I really want to do for the rest of my life because it didn't feel right, but in sense of purpose. And I missed so many things. I really love to teach and I love to work with children and kids. But mostly I was so unhappy and frustrated because of the system, a school system in Germany, and I'm not sure how the other countries are running it, but at that time I couldn't really use all my gifts and talented, and I felt so restricted. So I graduated. I did my bachelor degree and teaching, but then I really decided to do something else. And I stumbled upon coaching after a really long time where I just discovered myself and what I really want to and what I am best at, I would say. And I found Beautiful You Coaching Academy in Australia through another coach that is located in Hamburg, so not in Germany, where I was living before. And I felt connected immediately to the school. Until today, I'm not regretting any of my decisions. And I love this community so much, and I think you feel the same way about it. And mindset, yeah, it's a big thing, and for me, and it's really important because I'm a dancer at the same time. So I struggled a lot with my mindset, also in my school times. And the biggest thing that I struggled with, and I work with artists as well, is perfectionism. Such a huge thing. In combination with people pleasing, with inner critic, and also with comparison. That's something that was always in my way till I'm still learning to handle and to live with it. To yeah, and so I think it's a long time life journey and a learning with it, and there's never an like end of learning in that kind of sense. You can't get rid of your fear, like it will be always there, but you make peace with it with time, and then you move so differently through life.
It's a game changer when you still feel the fear, but you still take action despite the fear. Don't let it stop you from achieving your goals and dreams.
Yeah, exactly.
So then with your clients, what are the main mindset blocks that you see that they have, and how does it show up in their daily life?
Exactly. The four that I mentioned before is the
Mm.
inner critic and the fear of being judged, the fear of being seen, not only judged for who you are, but also judged for what you're creating, what your visions are. In people pleasing as well, like what are the others thinking of me, of my creations? Do they like it or not? And as well, the perfectionism is a huge block as well. Like they have the fear of making mistakes, to make them fool of themselves, to be a joke with their visions and dreams, especially when they're thinking about sharing it, and in their own industry, but also with the society or with different people. And comparison, especially because social media is so big nowadays, comparison arises more and more. It's not only that you see different, let's take for example dancers, it's not only that you see them in your class, it's also that you see them day by day by day in your social media feed, like the people that you look up to, but also what is possible, dancers from a different countries, professional ones, and you really are thinking, also choreographers, you're thinking like, what the hell am I doing now? So, but the unfair thing is here always that they glorify them and put them on a high pedal and compare them with their weakest side. And that's
Mm.
such an unfair comparison. And I really believe like comparison in a sense is normal. You see what you can, you see where you can go, what the possibilities are, and that's totally fine. But I think the key is to see them as an inspiration
Mm.
and to see what you love and like about them, like what they do, what I love and resonate with, what can I integrate in my art. Doesn't matter in what kind of sense, like in what kind of creation. But yeah, I think that are the most common mindset blocks that I see when I work with my clients.
And do you have any tips like how people can let go of this perfectionism and also, worrying about what other people think, comparing themselves? What do you have any?
That's a lot.
Hey, choose one.
No.
Perfectionism. I know. You
Yeah,
just want to get
it,
the answers. I think people listening are like, okay, I have this too. What do I do now? Give me your
I
answer.
totally, I totally get that. So the most important thing for it to start with is first to be aware of it. Like, let's take perfectionism. What is perfectionism? What it is behind? Like to understand that, for example, it is a protective mechanism that is protecting you from being hurt, from past experiences as well. But what it, when to understand what it needs, and oftentimes it's just like the safeness, like I am safe, I am loved, and you will never get rid of it in that sense as fear. um but you can build a relationship with, for example, let's take perfectionism, and meet her inside yourself in a conversation and show her all these things and meet her with love all the time, especially when it's arising, but also when she's not that loud. What helps for me, for example, was that I imagine my inner perfectionist like a figure, because then it's more tangible, like in my inner world, like this part of me as another girl with, or like what perfect, like for example, perfect hair, makeup, clothing, and this specific tone with and I give her a little name as well, and to give myself time and space and to connect with her. Um, Sometimes, especially when you are in such situations, like go out of it after if you have the possibility, and ask her what's up, like what's going on, like what do you need now, especially from me. What was your intention and what was your fear behind what's gonna happen? And that's a really game changer. Like it still is for me, because it's a different way of meeting perfectionism. And yeah, especially also to know what is the difference, that because I saw that with my clients, what's the difference between perfectionism and giving yourself, like giving the best. With some people putting this together, like I'm just giving the best. I'm
Mm,
like, yeah, but don't you see that this is also like your perfectionism speaking? Because what matter is what is behind. Like after I'm giving my best, how do you treat yourself? Is it with judgment? Is it with negative thoughts? Is it like with rejection, with anger? Or do you say, hey, I just gave myself my best and I'm content with it and that's totally fine. Whatever happened is something that I learned. Like every mistake is something that helps me growing. Yeah, and with letting go of perfectionism, that was your question. What helps is also allow yourself to be a beginner, allow yourself to be messy, do mistakes. And especially when you are in a creation mode, or it doesn't matter if you are or not, because out of these mistakes, you create new things, and you wouldn't have done them before if you would strive for perfection in every kind of sense. And then also to understand that it's an illusion, that is not real. Like you never can aim perfection in any kind of sense. Like it's not possible. Like, and I think that's easier to let go of it. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's also really the way you speak to yourself. So not to be so hard on yourself all the time and bring yourself down and be like, "Yeah, why wasn't it good enough?" But really speak to yourself as if you'd be speaking to your best friend or to a child, but like in a kind way, like lift yourself up, be your own best friend, have your own back. Because in the end of the day, it's just you and you. And you can't really expect other people to do it all the time, maybe sometimes, but in the end of the day, you are the one who's with your thoughts day in and day out, 24/7. So yeah, if you're going to speak in a terrible way to yourself the whole time, you will start feeling a certain way, and then you're going to start acting a certain way. So when you start speaking different, it all starts with that voice inside your head to change that inner critic. And I think you can never really influence the first thought that comes in, because that's just your brain. So you have that thought. But the second thought you can always be in control of. So you can be like, hey, that's not right. That's not the where I want to go to. That's something that the perfectionist in me, and I love what you say about giving it a name. When I was really feeling like in a stage in my life, I was feeling very depressed. I would call it Richard. Like, okay, here's Richard again. I'm feeling that. Okay, and I gave it like a color red, and then I'm like, okay, I feel him, and then then I would know when he's there, when he's not there, kind of thing.
Mm.
And like now, luckily, I haven't felt him in a very long time. Like, so that's like such a relief. Like, I'd much rather have the other emotions than him. But yeah, then you kind of separate yourself from the thoughts and the feelings. So I
Yeah,
think that's very
exactly.
powerful. And, I have a lot of clients who are in jobs that are totally not creative, and they
Mm.
really crave more creativity in their jobs because they really feel like it's very boring and monotonous and just all sorts of different things. Um, how would you advise them to maybe reconnect to their creative self?
First is to really make space for creativity. Like it could be, for example, spaciously in your home, like a little corner. and you put everything that is connected with creative, can be playful things, can be beautiful things, whatever is important to yourself, and to give yourself a time and a space where you are just there. It could be, you don't have to create immediately. You can also give yourself the like, allow yourself to be bored, because I believe that if you are bored and you're at peace, and the visions and creations are coming up, they're very bubbly. I mean, for everybody, for everyone, it will be a different way. But also, to what I observed is, people, when they're creative and then they get some ideas, they're forgetting about it. So have a notebook or something else that you can just scribble around, and yeah, to have them with yourself. And I believe that we really think in this black and white, like, I'm not the creative person, I'm not having a hobby or anything else. But I think that we can open it a little bit up. We are creative, or we are creating all time. Like, you're creating your own life, you're designing your family, you have traditions that you creating by your own, you're creating yourself, how you want to appear and how you are. And also, like, food all the time, I mean, recipes or something else, or how your home, how you want
Mm.
to live and how do you want to feel. You express yourself all the time. And I think to take this also in your daily routines, like, to just allow yourself to express in any kind of way, is something that you can integrate in your daily life, like day by day, and also with your work. Like, put something that inspires you. And what else is also helping is to look what you really love, or what you like or could imagine, just to try it out as a hobby. Like, it doesn't have to be any kind of professional way. And to allow yourself to make mistakes, allow yourself to just, like, have fun, really have fun, and to integrate joy in it, and to be a beginner and to make it part of your life. I think that's a start.
I think we're actually much more creative than we think. Like, indeed, what you're saying about your recipes and the way you dress and the way your house looks and stuff, that's already super creative, actually, if you think about it.
Hmm.
And for me, if I sit the whole day behind my laptop and I can't really think of something, or maybe, okay, what should my next post be about, or something like that, then sometimes I just feel like I can't, nothing comes out. But then when I go for a walk on the beach or something like that, then all of a sudden it's like a soup that's boiling, and then you have like this bubble that pops, and then like all of a sudden I have like this idea. I'm like, what? Okay, like, so I think sometimes also just movement and just doing something else just makes space for creative thoughts, creative thinking.
Yeah, as I say, you did exactly what I saying before. Like, you created yourself a space where you can play with it, like, be joyful, and also connect with yourself again. It doesn't have to be in a studio or at home. For you, it is the nature in the outside area where you can just let yourself be. And I think that's so important, because we are rushing from one checklist to another, and it's so long that we really forget how life can be.
If you're like the constantly busy and constantly doing things and being with other people, you never have time for that creativity to come alive, or just to, yeah, it's so important to have that downtime. And then I'd also like to talk a little bit about confidence. I also think that's such an important topic regarding mindset stuff as well. How
Mm.
do you feel that plays a role when, and why is it so important also when women want to start a new career, or maybe start something for themselves?
I think confidence is one of the biggest key here. But I don't think about confidence in the same way that maybe the most people think confidence is about. So I don't believe that confidence is of being extroverted all the time, being loud all the time, being arrogant, or think you're better than everybody else, or like, I don't give a what everybody's thinking attitude. I don't think that that's about it. I think confidence is about self-trust and being aware of who you are, what you are, and to also stick with yourself, being authentic in that way as well, and in every situation in life, and also to have this groundedness in yourself, to know what you know, and to be willing to learn, and to also accept that you don't know things, and that's okay, because you can learn about it, you can discover it and integrate it into your tool set.
You have to start somewhere, right? I mean, and what I tell my
Exactly.
clients also, it first, yes, okay, no one's born with confidence, so it really has to start with courage. You have to have the courage to just get out the comfort zone and just take action, and then the more you do it, it's like confidence like a muscle, and action is the workout. By taking action, this muscle is going to start growing and growing, and then eventually you will just get more confident. The courage will change into confidence, and your comfort zone actually starts expanding. And I mean, I've seen that with clients, I've seen it with myself also. I remember the first time I had to make a reel on Instagram, I was like this, like, ah, shaking like this. It was terrible. And I would do it over and over. I probably would spend like hours on one reel. And then, but by just doing it over and over, eventually now I just like and talk, and unless I say something really weird, I'll record it again. But otherwise, it's just like one going too bad. So it really is true that your confidence grows in whatever skill or area that you want to develop or grow in.
Yeah, exactly. And then, as you said, like with time, you're doing the things over and over again, you're secure. You're secure, and you have this trust in yourself, with yourself all the time. Even if things going messy, you know how to handle
Uh,
it, because you know it, how you do things. And even if you don't know it, hey, I have done so many things and I've go through it, and I have like a always a basic level of skills, and I know I can do this. So this safe and secure relationship that you have with yourself helps you all the time to go also through difficult times, because I don't believe in the unshakable confidence thing a lot of people are also talking about, because it's never
yes.
unshakable. But if you have the secureness in yourself and a stability, you can also take every obstacle with you, and you know how to react and how to handle it, and that kind of way, because we will always have them. Like, that's also something I keep talking with my clients when it's about confidence. Like, the obstacles will not vanish, they will come, bigger or small ones. Also, if you create, like if you change your career or if you create a thing of your own, they will come, and always, all the time. And it's about, how to react to them. And I think that's a game changer.
It really is. I just love speaking about this topic because it's just so interesting how, we literally can change our world just by working on these type of things. And we can create a whole new reality for ourselves, which is so amazing. And what would you say to women who are listening to this and like, oh, I really want to change, but I don't know. They know that they are really meant for more, but they just keep doubting themselves and holding themselves back.
I would ask the first question, and my favorite one is, what is holding you back from doing what you really want to do? And to really remember why why you have this feeling of you want to change, you feel the calling of more, and where do you want to go, and reconnect with this emotion, connect with this vision, and dare to, because it's a reason that is inside you. It is a reason that you have this inspiration, this idea, because it wants to come to life, and it already is somehow. And Yeah, I think that's one of the most important things, and really to trust your soul voice, listen to it and connect with it, and know that you're never alone. Like, there are other people who are struggling the same way as you, and it's not a phenomenon that's only happened to you. And that there are people like us who are there to guide you whenever you need an extra help. And that I really want to say as well that you're more powerful than you think you are. You have so many things inside you, and yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. And I think it's also got to do with self love. Like, know that you deserve so much more, and allowing yourself to do more, and giving yourself permission, to explore. And remember that life is
Absolutely.
short. You have this one life. I mean, might as well make the most out of it and not have any regrets later on in life. And also, I like what you said about to really listen to your gut, like listen to your intuition, which again, you can't do when you're always busy running around and with other people and stuff. But take the time to really spend time alone. So when I was really figuring out what I want to do with my life, like I was always the social one at every single party, every weekend, like Friday, Saturday night was like filled up with things to do. And then I decided, no, I'm going to be alone and go for a walk by myself in nature. And people were like, huh? What happened to Christy? Like, that's so weird, Like, and I was like, no, I'm just finding myself. And that was really a big game changer for me. Also, not to have the opinions of other people the whole time in my head telling me what I should do. Like, really just listen to myself. But what do I really want?
Mm. And
And then
remembering your
remembering, yeah. But first, you need to discover what that why is. And I think that's really, yeah, allowing yourself to go on that journey of self discovery and explore who you truly are behind all the masks we wear. And exactly what this topic, was about, letting go of who you should be. And I think a lot of women really struggle with that, like wanting to be a certain way in order to please their parents, in order to belong to their friends, in order to belong to society. Meanwhile, that's really not making them happy at all. But yeah, what then? That's something that you need to discover. Like, what will make you happy without worrying about the opinions of others? And you also work with women who want to embody their art freely. What does that mean exactly to you, and how can they, yeah, apply this?
It means that you bring life, your creations, whatever idea and vision that you have in your head, without holding yourself back in any kind of way. And not only to have these ideas in your head and always dreaming about them, no, to really act and to go into action and to bring them into your life without holding yourself back because of these obstacles, because of these mindset blocks. But embodying the art freely, I'm not meaning by that you get rid of all these blocks and then you're free and then you just create. No, it's about the relationship you have with them, a loving relationship. Take the steps, take these obstacles, and show what they want to, what message they have, what you can learn about them, and to, as you said before, is the way how you talk and how to meet yourself in your inner world. I'm a huge fan of connecting with you through love, even though a lot of people think that's a cliche, but really it's a game changer. It is the key, because then you really start to connect with yourself, and you are authentic in that way, and you bring the things and into life. Yeah, I think that you said, you asked me also how to embody that, but I think I'm not sure, have I answered your question?
Yeah, you have. And I actually have another question now,
Yeah,
because I
sure.
know that on Instagram, you also dance and stuff like that. sometimes in your reels. Was that like a big thing for you to do that, like in public, or have you always been very confident in that? Or how was that journey of you posting yourself like that? Because I think a lot of people like, okay, talking one thing, but dancing, that's, I feel like that's my
Mm.
maybe another step.
It truly is. I have to admit, and if I'm really honest, it's not that way of dancing that I really do. Like, it's just I improvise a lot and I'm just trilling a lot, and because it makes fun, and it's like it's easy and I connect with it. But lately, I don't know if you saw that, I shared a story, and that was the first time ever that I shared a choreography while I danced in class, and I really like thought about it to share more about my dancing, not only about my journey, but also, but it is about the journey, but also in the sense of showing videos, showing growing, showing that it is not perfect from the beginning, and that there's so much room to improve and to grow, and that is totally okay, because we were all on the same journey in that way. And it was a huge step, like to start with it. I'm like, oh my goodness, damn. But also because I was wondering if I am allowed to. In class, there are also other dancers, and you have to ask for permission and not only post stuff publicly. And I was like, ugh, is that okay? And I hold myself because of that a little bit back, but I can share that with you. I have the wish, and I want to share more about my dancing journey, and to share that with other creators as well, or with other creators and creative women, to see, hey, I'm also creative in that sense, and I'm an artist, and you're not alone with the
Do
thing
you feel
that
it's easier
you are confronted. You mean now
now
in comparison to
to post
before?
these things? Yeah. Do you feel like it's getting easier and
Yeah,
easier to do it than the beginning?
yeah, it is easier. As I said, like with step by step, when you're doing that more, because I'm not thinking about it anymore.
Wow.
Before, you have this carousel in your head, you're overthinking a lot. What do I think and whatever. But I don't care. I really don't care anymore,
Amazing.
because I know what's true for myself, and that's the thing that uh, yeah, that I think it's important to know. You know what's true. You know your truth, and nobody else is you, and that's good. That's really fantastic. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, it's all about. Excuse me. I can imagine there's so many women now listening to this or watching this, thinking, "Oh, I also want to do something, but the whole time there's something blocking them." But I think it's really about taking that first step. That first time is going to be so awkward and so uncomfortable, whatever it is you want to do, whether it's maybe speaking up in a meeting or posting something or starting your first Instagram post for your business or whatever. But honestly, it does get easier. I think the beginning is just so one of my clients, actually, she posted her first reel today, on Instagram. And yeah, I feel like now it's gonna just be easier, because now it's like the pressure's off, it's the first thing is done.
Mhm.
Now let's go on to the second one. But yeah, you have to just start, do that first initial scary thing.
Yeah,
All
true to
right.
that, and that's amazing what she did.
Yeah, so cool. All right. And thanks so much for being here tonight. I also wanted to ask, how can people find you? Do you maybe have like a freebie or something?
Yeah, I mean, I have my website, I have the Instagram, but I also have a guide, like Mindset Magic, that
Yes.
I created, and it's all about this. What I shared before, is to guide you through your inner like world, and give your different voices of fear, or the masks of it, a name, and a also a body, and like an appearance in that kind of sense, so you can connect easier with it. So yeah.
Amazing. Cool. That's really cool. And yeah, also for everyone, I also have a free ebook on escaping your draining job and finding a meaningful, fulfilling career. So it talks about the first step you need to take to do that. So so for both of us, can be downloaded off our websites. So thanks everyone for watching and listening, and thank you so much, Esther-Sophia, for being here today. Till next time.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.